Fang, well, Fang is bad. Well, let's see. So I'll see. So let's get Asuka out of the way. Like, she's even against herself, obviously. Now, before I continue, you guys can hear me. The audio is okay. Everything is fine. Before I move on with this. All is good. Increase the mic. People always say that, but I never understand. I'll make all the audio a little bit quieter. Okay. Yeah, all good. So I think Hachi's even because you know, like I think she does fine against Mishimas. It's just Hayachi's a little bit harder than the other two in my opinion, because he has a bunch of stuff to keep her in check a little bit easier than the others. But I think she does fine against them. Yeah, like she's a good matchup against Kazuya. Like nothing crazy, like a 5.5 ish, but it's a bit better than even. Like she does fine against Mishimas. Jin is kind of even, like 4-4, because like what I consider factors as bad matchup for Asuka is how good their punishment is and their checks is on her panic stuff, right? That's a small thing. But the thing about Asuka is like she likes to play at range 2, but with like kind of slower moves. So like down 2, up for 3, then back 3, then back 4, stuff like this, right? So like she has range, but they are kind of slow. So I feel like characters with good range tools that are a bit quicker can like outspeed her at range, and or if they're characters that like to ice skate around, you know, like they're super good at moving away from her range stuff. So she has to like dash in and approach them with these kind of moves, which is like makes her super prone to being counter hit. So that's kind of her issue. Like she's a bit slow at range. So like characters like Julia destroys her with elbow because, you know, she's barely gonna get anything going at range 2 or 3, which is like her thing. Because like her offense isn't the best. So she's gonna be a bit more reliant on keep outs and like range counter tools and range lows. So anyone with quicker rewarding stuff at neutral kind of gives her issues. That's why I think Julia just destroys her. Like it's actually like unplayable. She actually does good against Akuma. Like she might be one of the few in the game. Maybe I shouldn't say free, like pretty good. But she actually does good against Akuma. Like surprisingly. I don't even know about Lars. Lars is nothing special. You can just go in there. Yo Chop, what's up? Alisa is hella nerds enough. Fuck this matchup. Like, it's not even just Alisa having good movements, but like this kind of stuff matters against Asuka more than a lot of characters. So like if you have good movement, it's kind of fucked up. Like it's versus Asuka. Steve, we'll get to it. We're doing them in order. Like she's pretty good against Horang. I think it's pretty obvious. Like Horang has their approach in, and she has good counter tools and all that. Here, let me. Chart for a super now. Yo, Jordan Bryan, what's up? My video is delayed or audio? Really? Is there? Bang Bell, yeah. I think she does fine against Double Chin. Steve is even. I'm 18. Before I would say it's even, yeah. Before I would say it's pretty even. But now she got that new Sabaki, she got the new Denmakon too. I think it swings in her favor. Yeah, she's really good against Dragunov because she can, if she blocks running too, the situation is like almost not in Dragunov's favor, because if he does dump for 4, I can step the dump for 4. But even another option, I can kick Sabaki to dump for 4. Or if he goes for a 2-1 to stop me from stepping, I can punch Sabaki, right? So he has to be super careful with his offensive options against Asuka. Because like the running to situation is like almost in my favor. And then she has Denmark 1, 2 and everything. Yeah. So yeah, Dragunov is pretty good for us. Paul, I don't really know. No one plays this fucking character somehow. Like the 4-2 on Deathfist is kinda minor. Like I don't think it's that big of a factor. So I'm just gonna put him in even for now. I don't really know, like Law, I don't really know, to be honest. I never really had an issue with Law as Asuka. So maybe I'm gonna say even or like slightly good. So let's say slightly good. Yeah, let's say slightly good. Let's go even. It's something that you could argue like 0.5 in either way, so like who cares, you know, put him in there. Bob, I think, is kind of bad for Asuka. Because, you know, shit like CD1, like, is so good at kind of stuff on her approach and, yeah, Brian is hard. Brian is bad. Like, not hell on earth bad, but kind of like in the middle. So yeah, Brian's pretty tough. Like even 3+4 is just good against Asuka, and then he has a bunch of -10 moves that he can like abuse on the character, and she's elbows, even less of a factor, like elbows and knees and stuff like that against her reversal. But that's not the main thing. It's like his keep is just really good against her, and just a lot of -10 shit. Steve, I think, is pretty good for her, like especially now with the punch Sabaki and the Denmark 1, 2. So I think it's pretty good for Asuka. Steve. Nina, I think, is good because it's kind of hard for her to approach Asuka, and also like she relies on like kind of punches a lot, which I can just kill her with Sabaki at any time. Josie kills Asuka. I think Asuka actually does good against Josie because like switch stance is just actually in my favor. Oh yeah, King is really good. Lily is bad for her in my opinion. Like she can just step all over the place. Like Asuka's tracking is already weak enough to the right, and Lily just pretty much just dances all over her. So, and she's good punishment for her stuff and good checks against her stuff, like 4-3, down 4-4, 3-1 punishes back 3 like very consistently, and yeah, and then she can just step all over. So yeah, Lily's kind of rough. She's good against Shayu, because like I can just keep doing my usual stuff. Sorry. So yeah, like my usual buttons and counter hits, like it doesn't whiff on Shayu, and like I have good punishers on. Now the only thing that is kind of bad is I don't have a good Kali roll punish, like a good guaranteed Kali roll punish. Like I have good mix-up punishes, but nothing guaranteed. Yeah. I was thinking maybe 4-4 is a big problem for her, but I don't think it's like you could say good or bad, like by slight margin. It's not really worth it. Like, yeah, Asuka's very good hitboxes. Yeah, she's very good hitboxes. Fang is bad. Fang is bad for her. Yeah, like Fang is bad for her, like straight up. Because like his Snake Dash while standing one is super good at kind of. Because remember I said earlier, like Asuka's range game is a bit on like the slower side. So like Fang is really good, like kind of interrupting that momentum that she has at range, but also some -10 moves, you know, pretty abusable in her, blah blah blah. But also he's just really good at stealing a life lead back. So yeah, that makes it hard for her. Leo, it's kind of bad-ish. You put Fang and Helen, or I think there's worse than Fang. There's worse than Fang. Yeah, exactly. And Kempo gives like Asuka's reward on Kempo, like reading Kempo and chasing it then is not that great. Like she's not like a big offensive character, right? So even if she gets in on Fang, like it's gonna be hard for her to kind of steal it back, yeah. And well, Fang can steal it back much easier with the, you know, side-set mix-ups and his lows and blah 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 blah. It used to be way worse when we got shit punished on QCF1, but no, it's okay. Like I think Leo's kind of bad because any, because Asuka's all about kind of relative English, like relative safeness, where her lows like -11, -12, right? But Leo punishes that shit so hard that like every low I do is like just becomes so risky for me because Leo's what's standing for 1+2 is like really high damage. So I think Leo's actually kind of hard for her, and like back one is a problem for her as well. Like something fast, something ranged does give Asuka problems. So I'm gonna put Leo in here. Yoshi, who the fuck knows? Like I'm just gonna assume it's good anyway. Like if he does sword sweep, I have can-cans, you know, to crush faster than a hop kick on reaction. I have good checks against spin, like 4-4-3 and 4-4. I have good checks against spin. I have 12 frame mid for 4-4-4 situation on block. I can crush under his cantrip tools easy, so yeah, I guess it's good, it's fine. Like King is bad, King is bad. Denver 1-2 is just like kind of broken against her, to be honest. Like it's good at checking reversals and Tsubakis and everything, but also it's only -10. So like that's a huge thing against her. Jack is good for her because I have can-cans, I have, you know, a lot of low crush options against his stuff. Consistent punisher against up for 2 or down for 2. I have you know, it's hard for her to step around her jab strings and shit like that, so Jack is good for her in my opinion. She's good against Katarina because if she does say like back one into Harrier, my down back 1-2 option slits like Harrier straight up, because you know, if she goes for like Harrier up for 3 or Harrier 3 to low crush my dick jab, you know, I have an option with down back 1 which will crush Harrier 1, but it will stop the other options as well at the same time. So yeah, like she just can't use Harrier against Asuka straight up, so it's good for her. I think Kasumi is good for her because, you know, she's so reliant on Tempered 1, she's so reliant on jab. Her damage is not that great, even with wall. So yeah, like anytime I get a good read on Kasumi, I can fuck her up more than she can fuck me up. So Harrier 1 trade. It depends where you do it from. Like back 1 into Harrier 1 is a little bit tighter than the others, but it's, from what I remember testing, it will be in all the other situations. And even then, yeah, back 1 into Harrier is a little bit tighter than the others. Like, I mean, she can do slice at red duck like everyone else as well, but I think her read on Harrier stance is a bit more rewarding than others. Gigas, I'm gonna put that as even because this character is actually like pretty nice against Asuka, or was. Like before the Denmark 1-2, I would have put this here, but now I think it's even. Like he's good, easy punishment on back 3 and all that. Down for 3 checks her pretty well. His jab pretty much like stops me from, you know, doing my Den 2, doing my Denmark 3 and blah 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 blah. So yeah, I think Gigas can go in even, like that's what I roughly think. Claudio's bad for her because running 2 just like makes it hard for her to get her thing going, because running 2 is so fast. Back 3 checks everything, so he doesn't need to worry about her panic stuff so much. 1+2 punishes back 3 very consistently, and running 2 just makes it really hard for her to get stuff going, you know, something that she always has to look out for. And like I said, like she's a bit more slower than most characters at range, which is like her main thing. Shaheen, I have no clue, to be honest. I'm just putting him in even. I don't even know. Josie, I think, is good for her because you know, switch stance. Like I have a 10 frame interrupt with 1-2-4. If she goes for anything slower or CD3 or blah blah blah, I can counter and switch and like float her, counter her out of it. Nah, I could be wrong on this, but she does switch 1. We can Denmark 2 under, but I'm not sure on that. I think that could be wrong. But yeah, like in every other situation, like she has to hit Asuka so much more than I have to hit her, yeah. And like if she goes for Den 4 and I get a good read, I can count under it. You know, it's so risky for her to do a lot of things to Asuka, so I think it's good. Raven, I don't know. I want to say even, because if she does back turn into Power Crush. I can do Downfall 4 to push her out and then punish her. I have a very consistent punisher on Kusia 4, but like her Snake Dash and her while standing 2 is kind of a problem. So I don't think it's too crazy either way. I'll just say even, like it's not really notable. Chloe, she's good against Chloe, yeah, for sure. Because, you know, Chloe has the jab, she has the Dumpert one, she has to like rely on a lot of like pokes and a lot of small hits. And like any wrong, you know, any wrong timing on any of her poke situations, you know, like I can fuck her up. So I say Chloe's pretty good for us. Eddie is pretty good for us because we have some like the best relax pickups in the game. And if he does handstands, the one that has the power crush in it, we can 1+4 counter him out of the power crush, and if he stays in handstand, we can float him for a combo. For Xiaoyu, I mean, Xiaoyu can still do Xiaoyu things like, you know, like raise drive and poke away and while standing 2 and shit like that. It's not horrible, but it's not unwinnable. Highest health of her in the game with the small punishes, yeah. She's good against Miko. Similarly, like big poke heavy characters tend to kind of do bad against her. And like he struggles to punish back 3 and all that shit as well. Like if a character's like really reliant on pokes over mix-ups, you know, I think they struggle a little bit. Because like I get good read on any Dumpfort one, I get good read on any jab, I can just kill them for it, you know what I mean? So yeah. So Miguel can go in there. Eliza, I don't know what you think, Kira. I don't know if Kira's still in chat, maybe you can help me with this as well. I would say like it's even. Or like kinda slightly Asuka. So we'll put like slightly. Yeah, she's good against C, like he's all about like, you know, Miguel and even his movement's good. Yeah, okay, we'll revisit Miguel. Bears, now, this sounds kind of unbelievable, but bears are really, really good against her. Okay, they count as one character, okay. They're actually like really good against her. Because like shit like back one, the power crush into stance, I don't get like a good punish. Like I don't like my punish is done for 4 and that's like nothing. And I can't launch crouchers with my launchers, so that's one thing. They can punish back 3 really easily. I don't get anything on them. Like Asuka doesn't get anything on bears. Like in fact I think she's actually worse off against bears than like, because she doesn't really get anything juicy on them. Apart from down 1+2 to 4-2 being guaranteed 100%. Yeah, exactly. You can't use them 1+2 against them. And like they kind of outrange her. She doesn't get good punishes on them, while they get good punishes on her. So yeah, they're bad. They're bad. I would say Geese is even. I don't think it's anything too crazy. Yeah, like the only thing is like you get the 1+2, 4-2 always 100% no matter what. But it's really hard to get them 1+2 on them in the first place. Yeah, like he's all about like, you know, bullshit recovery on his jabs, but at least we have good anti-jab options, and we have good punishes on his stuff. So yeah, I don't think it's like anything too crazy. So I'm gonna leave him in there. Like he doesn't have like super dumb range tools that kind of stuffs her at range like these characters would, you know. So Noctis, okay. I don't know what to think of this matchup because like, if Noctis is playing against like a shitty Asuka, it's really good for Noctis. But I don't think the character is good. So I don't think you even need to use back 3 against the character to like beat him, do you know what I mean? Like if you're going ham on back 3, it's bad. If you're going ham on like the panic moves, yeah, it becomes bad. But you don't need to. That's the thing. Like you don't need to against this character. So I wouldn't say it's like I don't know. It's a weird matchup for sure. Like you don't get to use your usual stuff, but at the same time you don't really need to. But his 2-2, can be a problem though, for sure. Because like I said, anything that's fast, anything that has a lot of range, gives her a lot of problems. So okay, we'll put it like bad, but it's like slightly bad. Maybe I should order them, you know. Or could add a nerd here to him, like slightly bad, hella nerd. You know. But like he would be like barely bad, you know. Lei, I think she does fine against Lei. She's good. Checks for Razor Rush. We have option selects against a lot of this stuff. Yeah, he has to take risks to like deal with her, and then if he delays Razor Rush, we get the punch Tsubaki. Yeah, he can't he can't forfeit through. Yeah, and if he delays, it's annoying. Oh, yeah. That's why I put him here. Like, it's not horrible, but it's a little bit bad. Like, yeah, no, she does good against Lei, in my opinion. I think she does good against Anna as well, because of the speed of her power crush being in 15 frame, we actually get so if she does dump for 4-1 into chaos, we can actually power crush under like 80% of the options, and then the other options we just read them and get like a huge reward on them, like do can-cans or do whatever, right? It's actually fat. If she goes down for 1 into chaos then 3-3, the power crush will actually catch her before she does that. And upward one, yeah, we can power crush the upward one as well. Like, it'll punish it by itself and it'll interrupt extension. Yeah, so it's good. I mean, it's Anna, like, you have to guess. But I think, and also, if we guess right on the low, we get more damage than almost anyone else in the cast, with the while standing 3 into back 4 through 3 ender. So, when we guess correctly against Anna, we also hurt a lot as well. Yeah, but like, it's hard for Raven to implement her back turn game against Asuka, because if she blocks something that goes into back turn, like then back 2, she can down for 4 and push her out, so she doesn't have to take the back turn mix up in a lot of situations. And like, elbows, knees, and stuff like that are like a super minor thing against Asuka. Like, they're not that big of a deal. It's a factor that could make a matchup good, yes, but I don't think it's that deep. Like, you could just not do them, you know. So like for some characters, they're like more built-in knees under pokes. You know, like Brian down for 2. Yeah, it gets a little bit harder, but it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. Yo, Captain Mo, what's up? Yeah, exactly. He doesn't rely so much on her parries. Murdoch, I'm gonna say it's even, because our down for 2 goes under his jabs. We have good like airborne options against tackle at range, like 3+4 and stuff like that. But it's Murdoch. He can just I play you and just kill you for no reason. So at the same time, he can do that. But I think that's every matchup. Yeah, you can spam back 3. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, maybe like slightly good, you know, but it can go in even just as easily. Julia's hella nerd. Now this is where we get into a little bit more fun. So Julia's hella nerd. I think maybe her worst matchup, either Julia or Kunimitsu. Kunimitsu is also hella nerd. Fuck these pictures. Julia's elbow is like the Asuka counter, cause like it's fast enough to interrupt everything we do. Then she floats us out of offer 3 and can. She's easy punishing back 3. You know, like this is like unfair. Like, I'll say this matchup is like maybe 7-3 or 8-2. Like, it's just bad, you know. It's not fun. And Safina's also fucked up. I hate this matchup so much. I don't know how I got a game of Arslan. That matchup is impossible. Like, the one thing Asuka has going for her is if I get a read on like Scarecrow 1+2 or something like that, you know, at least I can punch Sabakia. That's what I did against Arslan. Like, I can punch Sabakia on a good read and get that, but everything else is just impossible. Yeah, it's mainly the movement. Because, like, these characters, well, apart from Julia, like, leave someone out. Okay, no. These 3 characters can just, like, dance away from Asuka. And it's not even a case of, oh, they can do that against everyone anyway. It's more of a problem with Asuka because, like I said, like, her range stuff is on the slower side. So if she has to like dash in and like like she like, because she doesn't have good offense, like down 1+2 basically does not assist against these characters. They can just hold back and make it whiff. So her mix-up game is like kind of non-assistent on these characters, and especially characters like Alisa with Magic 4. If I have to do something slow like Denmark 3 or down 2, or I have to dash up and do back 4 and shit like that, it's so difficult. Like it's super super difficult. Like they can just pull back and make everything whiff. And like my reward for like guessing right on the backdash, or my reward for chasing them then, is not good, because I don't have the offensive tools with Asuka. I don't have the mix-up options to like steal the life lead back against these characters. So it's like it's not even just a bad matchup because the good movement is just like extra fucked up against Asuka. So like these matchups might make me change characters. Yeah, exactly. You don't have while standing for pressure. We don't have checks on these characters. Like these characters are so bad for her. I will probably consider not even playing her against them. I will switch characters against them. Because I've lost to Sophinas before with Asuka, and when I switched to like Lily or something, and it's just so much easier. So yeah, like I don't know if I would play these matchups in tournaments. It's just impossible. I think she's actually fine against Lydia. 4-4-2 is annoying, but like at least like we can safely go left against it at range, and also we deal with the stance options better than a lot of characters. Like if she goes for the axe kick, we can kick Tsubaki. If she goes for the mid chop, which generally is a check for her, we can punch Tsubaki. Like our reads on stance stuff is super good. So yeah, I think Lydia's actually like fine, like even or good, I don't think Leroy's anything crazy, like because like we can, yeah, I don't think it's anything special. And also, no, I need to test this, but I think we can safely jab against his parry, and if he goes for it, we can punch Tsubaki the follow-up if he's just like brainlessly committing to it. So I think we might have that going for her. So yeah, so we might have that going for us. No, yeah, I didn't test the situation, but I wouldn't know, like, but I just don't, because like he's one of those characters that like relies on like hitting the opponents a lot, and then we are like really good against it. Jab recovery sucks, yeah. Well, I mean, I'll put it down even for now. I don't think it's anything crazy. Gangry is fine for us, I think. You can still block parry after one. You can. That's what I'm thinking. Is 4-frame enough to get the punch Tsubaki out? Like make him trigger the parry, do the follow-ups, and then have time to Tsubaki afterwards. I think Gangry is good against her. Maybe. But I just feel like he's one of those characters that have to hit the opponent a lot, and then we just kind of really stuffed that with a good read. I think Asuka against Asuka, she's like pretty good against herself, Unironically, yes, because her own back four, is actually so good against Asuka herself. Because if I get some plus frames and I do back four check, it'll beat reversal. It'll float can-cans for a combo. If she does side step 2, I'll counter hit her. If she does Tsubaki, I'll counter hit her. So back 4 is actually like unironically like super good against herself. You disagree? Yeah, Julia's like pretty good for Asuka, blah blah. It's so good, yeah. But yeah, it's even anyway. Fuck it used to be hell on earth, but now that we have to kick Tsubaki, it's a lot easier now. But before the kick Tsubaki change, it was like here, it was free. It was like maybe her worst. Like he punishes her so hard and so easy and consistently. But now with the kick Tsubaki, he has to think at neutral, like if he wants to do standing 3 or not. And then we punish Denmark 4 pretty hard. Den 4 we can't launch it, but like whatever. Yeah, yeah, exactly right. So yeah, I'll say it's just bad. Like before, it's hell on earth, but the new kicks, and also if he does a string into the guard break on paper with good practice, we can just sit still, react to the charge up, and then kicks it back. So like we have that going for us. Like I don't, not a lot of characters have that option. Like we can just chill, react to the charge up, and then kick Sabaki. Like the Sabakis in season 4 has changed matchups in my opinion. I would say before season 4 she would have like more bad than good, but the kick Sabaki and the punch Sabaki buff like just change a lot of things. Yeah, yes. So like it changes a lot of things. Negan is, it's bad for her. Negan is bad because, well, it kind of falls under the category that he needs to like poke at her a lot, and that's bad if he needs to against Asuka. You say that Claudia's more in her favor. I think he's a pretty good counter through. Like it's not like hell on earth, but it's kind of rough. Like I was saying, like running to really disrupts her range game. Back three is such a good check against her. Like a plus frames, you don't need to worry about anything. You know, just back three. I don't know about Negan. I don't, no one plays his character as well, so I don't get much experience in this matchup. But he has like a lot of abusable stuff on her. Like down 4-1-2, she can barely punish it. A lot of -10 moves. Um, but again, like, and like the bat obviously helps a little bit. But I think he still needs like poke at her a lot. It's unplayable. It it was unplayable. Like probably her worst before. But I do think the Kicksabaki like helps a lot. Like if there's a tier between bad and hell and earth, like he will be in there, you know. But I don't want to be like, I don't make too many tiers. Yeah. So Armor King, I don't really know. I'll just put down even. Like I don't think it's anything notable. Hmm. Yeah. So I'll put Negan even and Armor King even. And Miguel, I want to say like it's kind of good for her. So yeah, that's like kind of roughly what I think. So like, but the thing with Asuka, like she's such a matchup heavy character, like more than a lot of characters. She's like a very matchup heavy character. So I think that's why a tier list is important for her because like we need to see where the issues kind of lie. I think I want to put one character down to Hell on Earth. I'm thinking either Brian or fuck one of these two. We can change things a little bit. So like we can kind of. So yeah, Kazuya's fine there, Dolgen's fine there, Draga's fine there. I would say Dragonov's maybe pretty good as well. Yeah. Nina, I think that's fine there. Shai's fine there, Yoshi's fine there, Chaka's, Katarina, Kasumi, Josie. Maybe Lydia could go into even, but I think I'll leave her in there for now. Do you think Nina's even? I mean, possibly, like. I just think we have so many good options against Nina's pressure. Yeah, Gisa's fine there, Hachi's fine there. He's like the hardest mission for her, but it's still fine. Paul, I'm not sure of. I think that could very easily like go in between. I think Jin might go into bad because 4-4 is kind of really annoying for her to deal with. But then she can just slice that right on a good read. Shaheen, I don't even know. Like Raven, I think it's fine for her. Like I would argue for it to be good as well. But I had to learn this matchup like inside out. Because fucking Tissue Monkey's cop blocking me in Tekken World Tour Grand Finals. Leroy, I think it's fine. Negan, I think it's fine-ish. It could be bad. Like even or bad, it's one to two, but it's like kind of whatever. Actually no, I'll put Negan in bad. It's kind of rough actually. Demac 1 to option set. I mean, even just a mid check with Dunford 1 or Dunford 4 is enough. Like, a lot of characters can option select this and mix up, I think. I suppose her reward for dealing with is a little bit better than others. So, yeah, like, these 4 100% are fucked up as fucking DLC bullshit characters as well, plus Alisa. But these 4 are like 100%. Like, these 4 are enough for me to change matchups, like to change characters against to play them. I will not play these 4, like, maybe in a tournament setting. Lily's buffer, yeah, Fang's buffer, and Leo too. Work break video you picked. Wow. Trying different ideas with content. Can with Baron's back one stance. I'm pretty sure they can like manual low parry. I'm pretty sure it's not guaranteed. Like if you do it before the back one to low crush the back one, yeah, then yeah, but I mean like when it has happened, like why Safina? Because she can just move away from Asuka for free. Like she has like chase Safina constantly. Downward one. I mean, downward one also works. It's just like maybe a Demac one you'll get more rewards if he does something. Sneaky shop. Yeah. Back, yeah, so her guarantee, like you get 13 frame guaranteed punish on back one into stance or back one into knockdown. You get 13 frame guaranteed, but her reward on that is pretty bad. Yeah, so like she doesn't have anything natural off her Dunford one, so that's why like her punish on that kind of shit is just so low. And then she can Dem 1+2, like Dem 1+2 just does not assist against bears. And like they can punish her well, she can't punish them. She doesn't get anything extra on bears as well. Like she doesn't get anything big, like nothing at all. In fact, she's actually worse off against bears with combos. Like back 4-3-3, side switches at the wall. 1+4-2-4, side switches at the wall. So she gets worse combos on them while not getting anything extra in return. So yeah, it's not great. Yeah, these like she like obviously it might be a bit biased, but she is super good against Akuma. Like she's good option slits for like while standing 2 and shit like that. He cannot jump on her. Like if he jumps, I snipe him with Power Crush. 5 months too many. Thank you, Stan. Thank you. Yeah, well, Nina could go alternate between Eve and Grizz, but I'm gonna leave her here. I'm not sure about Eliza, but I feel fine against Eliza with Asuka, so I'll leave her in there. I don't think it's anything too crazy. Marta could easily change, but like the stuff that she does is good against him. But it's Marta, like you can just win like out of nowhere. Law Paul. I'm unsure about Paul, but no one plays the character, so I don't really know. Demon Slayer, yeah. Tooth Fairy more like. Leroy Armor King. I'm not sure about Armor King. Yeah, I think this looks fine to me. Like you could argue like one plays up or down, but I think it's pretty accurate otherwise. And like Gangmi is another character where like if I get a good read, like any character that has to poke against the opponent a lot, I feel like she does well against. So like Katarina Kasumi, Lee, Josie, you know, Nina, Miguel, for example, like you know, the only character I would say like that's poke heavy, but doesn't really like excel, or doesn't kind of gives her issues anyway. Is like Fang and Negan. So yeah, I'm gonna save this shit. Yeah, I think that's fine. Look, again, you could argue a place up, you could argue a place down, but I think it's pretty fine otherwise. Raven has the Poké, yeah, but Raven's Raven. She can just do other bullshit to win. And then back to stops my stuff anyway. The only big thing that we have going is that we deal with the back turn stuff pretty well. Like we have cans for back turn Park Crush and other stuff. We have down for 4 to push her out. And blah 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 blah. If she goes for back turn stuff on block, we can just push her out. We're down for 4. Or if it trades with something like back turn jab, you know, we get trade in our favor. Yo, Tadlows, man, thank you very much. And then we have good punishers and other stuff as well, like Kusia 4 and block. We punish that hard. With 2 and 1+2 in the back. And it's very consistent as well. So yeah, I'm happy enough with this tier list. So let's bring this